Good afternoon, everyone. This is Henry, and as we get into tonight's video newsletter, I thought I would start off by just showing you this list of 3 ticker symbols. So if I show these to you right off the bat, you probably already know one category that all 3 of these names fit into, right? All 3 of these are part of the Mag 7 index, or the Magnificent 7. The term was coined a while back, and it's very quickly become the largest cap companies on the face of the earth. So they are important, and they really do tend to dictate the broad market's direction. Now again, that's probably part of what you knew of this conversation. The piece that you maybe did not know is that all 3 of these have a unique signal. The signal itself you're probably familiar with, because in almost every video newsletter I do, I bring to you the foundation of squeezes, right? Of understanding the indicator that is shown here on this lower subgraph and its implications for price action. The time frame is also the unique piece. So not only am I showing you these 3 particular symbols, but all 3 of them are squeezing on a 3-day time frame. Now, if you've never used the 3-day chart, I really think it's an excellent one. Because if you're more accustomed to using like a weekly, well, it's going to be slower signals. Or if you're more accustomed to running the daily, the squeeze here is already fired, and of course will be faster than a 3-day chart. But as we think about this, I like to think about it like a Goldilocks level, right? It's kind of right in the middle, it's a happy medium, and again, I think an important time frame to be studying, because what the implications of this are that when this squeeze fires, provided the histogram stays above 0, that we are going to be seeking out higher prices. So I know that's, a tough piece of analysis to bring you when we are printing up into new lifetime highs. And while we could have some type of a little washout move, maybe sometime in October, maybe something that's like that 1 or 2% down day in the indexes, whatever that looks like, however far this thing has to back and fill, I am looking for buying opportunities into the earnings and for buying opportunities out into next year. So again, I think that is an important signal right there in Nvidia. And then if we compare it to these 2 others, we're going to take a look at Amazon next. Amazon is interesting because there are so many things out there that are not on sale, right? That are at the new lifetime highs, that have been bullish and just continue to pave their way to higher prices. Amazon has not, right? Amazon had earnings and slipped. It has been consolidating below that break for a couple of months now. But if you step over to this 3-day chart, I think this is where you're going to find your most powerful signal. Again, not telling you where it's going to be tomorrow or Monday, but saying over the next 3 to 4 months, I believe that will bring Amazon into a new lifetime high. If we look at it off of our Fibonacci proportions real quick, most of the time, if anything bearish is going to unfold, it's going to fail under the 786 retracement. So not only have you cleared that, but you have seen weekly closes above that proportion. So that sets up targets as 1, 2, 3, and then you'll have a 4th target up here at that 1618 extension. But that's just another Mag 7 name with a 3-day squeeze, and I believe that is going to be important moving forward. And then the last one here, I appreciate the trader that asked about this in the video that I did for you last Thursday, because in the comments, he raised the question of Microsoft into 600 for the end of the year. And I noted that I like that. Now, you got to keep in mind that market makers are not quite looking for that much, right? If we come back over and just take a look at an options chain, we can get a feel for the expected move just by looking at the chain, right? So if we go out here into the 19th of Dece, will be that 3rd Friday of the month, and you can see the expected move is $49, almost right at 50. So let's just say they're thinking that it could get to 575, and that would be the upper end of the expected range. But remember that market makers don't always get it right. And this is kind of the unique opportunity that can show up when you have squeezes that want to launch. If you can clear that 618 retracement at 531 and this squeeze really starts to get going, or you have good guidance through this earnings report, I think you could still see that $600 target, and that's where out of the money options can really pay off. So those are the big picture views that I'm working on names with signals that I think are very important. We're going to have all kinds of intraday opportunities that we're going to be trading in the chat room between now and then. But if you only get to hear from me from this venue once a week, I wanted to make sure you were aware of those setups. So I appreciate your time and attention. You guys have a great rest of your evening, and I hope to see you in the chat room tomorrow. Hey traders, this is Henry with simplertrading.com. I wanted to thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if so, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons down below. If you would like to also see me putting these ideas into action and trading my own account live in front of you, be sure to sign up at simplertrading.com, and I hope to see you in the chat room sometime soon.